I remember in the fall when you first started, dropped your own now comic and watching your numbers climb, like
Hmm.
you've doubled. I mean, even more so.
Yeah.
Why do you think that this series has struck such a chord with folks?
Uh, Honestly, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really think still trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really think it's what from what I've observed from people's comments. I think because it's relatable first. I think because it's a different space for Black um, media.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I don't know that there's any other Black adult comic that's handling the topics the way that I am. I'm sure there are other Black adult comics, but for some reason I found a unique approach, I guess, the way my humor or something, and I just think it just struck a chord at the right time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say those two things are like literally, and it's cute, I guess. I think those factors just kind of just came together at the right time. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you post quality work consistently, at some point, it's just the rule of ratio, the rule of economics. At some point, it's going to get eyes on it. So if you just focus on putting out your best and as much as possible and learning the internet, like no matter what advice I give, you still have to be a student of what social media currently is. So observe patterns, read articles about social media and how algorithms work. Just learn what your arena is,
Mm.
and watch tutorials,
You
watch
do like to
YouTube
dabble in music. You do some writing,
a
some
little bit.
lyricism. Yeah, a bit. Could you tell us if you've been working on any music? Can you share a bit of what it is that you dabble?
Oh Lord.
I'm
Um,
not gonna put you on the spot. But damn.
um, I can't talk about the new music I'm working on, but I am
Oh.
putting some stuff together.
Hmm.
We're trying to get an EP done this year, so that would be you know, only it's exclusive in here. I haven't said nothing on my page yet, but I used to rap a little bit. I just kind of like felt I had outdone that chapter, but I just don't have a desire to do it anymore. So now for pleasure, not for like of doing it
Yeah.
um
You heard it here. You heard it here first. Isn't it? You
exclusive.
heard it first.
You just and then the artwork, the way he um Watterson approached that comic, like it was beautifully drawn. He would draw these elaborate scenes and like one thing that I get directly from Calvin and Hobbes is his ability to tell a imaginary story within another imaginary story. When
Mm-hmm.
Calvin would be like an imaginary character and they would draw it like really realistic and elaborate. That's where I got that from. That's why you'll see me do like a story and then it'll go back to I got that directly from Watterson. So
Wow. That point about graphic novels, I would always encourage, as you know, I was an educator for the last 8 years.
yeah,
I was always trying to get graphic novels in the hands of my students because the more they're reading, the better. But
yeah.
what I love about Calvin is that he would use those big words usually when he was telling the teacher about why school sucks.
Right. He was against the establishment, which is why I connected to him immediately because he was a rebel, but he was like, he always had a justification for it. He was not just like, oh, I'm skipping school. Every time his mom would ask him why he was doing it, he would have this whole synopsis like, this is why, mom, because this is whack, this is whack. And he would just break it down. And I was like, yo, I wish I was this prepared to answer my
Mm-hmm.
parents when they would ask me why I did something.
Mm-hmm.
It just, but I think, and then a lot of parents don't give comic books credit, but I learned a lot of the vocabulary I know from comics. Like a lot of the words I would see, I'd be like, "What does that mean?" And I would
Mm-hmm.
like Calvin and Hobbes is one of those comics that was like, "Damn, this kid is saying some intricate shit. What are you
No,
talking about?" And I was
exactly.
like, "Yeah." So I would go look up half the stuff he was saying sometimes because I did not understand it. And then when I was able to start grasping it, it made the comic that much funnier to me. So absolutely.
Yeah, and we have exactly. All right, Naruto or Dragon Ball Z?
I got to go with Dragon Ball Z, man. That's the childhood. You know, I'm like,
Mm,
I feel I'm the generation that I'm like right before Naruto, so I got to be
yeah,
loyal.
yeah. Yeah, and feel free to play along, but I definitely agree with Nas. Um, don't feel like you're obligated to answer, and this is probably one of the first that went viral. I don't know if
Oh,
you can see Pocahontas, but Jasmine
wow.
Pocahontas. I will take this personally.
I mean, everybody who knows me knows that it's Jasmine. This is not
Hmm.
even a question. Jazz is probably the first cartoon character where I actually was like, am I in love with a cartoon character right now?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
this happening? So much so that me and one of my Jamaican friends, every time we met a beautiful woman, we called her a Jasmine. We said, "Oh my God, there's a Jasmine." This is when we were in high school. We were like, "Oh my God, she's a Jasmine." Like, yeah,
yeah,
Jasmine is the shit. Period.
yeah. I definitely was attracted to Aladdin, and those ducks. What are those? Never mind. Let's keep it moving. DC or Marvel?
Marvel can't even play.
Wow, you're like know what you like.
This is I can't even. This has been I'm about this life. So these questions, I knew the answers for sure.
Hmm.
Like Marvel raised me. DC, I have superheroes that are particular from DC that I love. I love Batman. I love the Flash. I love Green Lantern. But Marvel as a whole
Mm-hmm.
is just my shit. Like
Hmm.
can't even play.
Wow, I really thought I was coming up with some stumps, like some stumpers. All right, which Ninja Turtle?
Gang, gang. Raphael, man, come on.
Me too.
Raphael.
Yeah.
Raphael is a black dude. I'm convinced you can't tell me otherwise. Well, here's my theory on this, but
Hmm.
real quick before we get over it. This is why I always relate to them. Because if the Ninja Turtles were raised in the sewers, right? Clearly they had to get their personalities from somewhere. So they had to be watching TV and listening to music. So each turtle took in media and gained their personality based off the media they took in the most. And I'm convinced that Raph listened to hip hop, period, which is why and he watched a lot of mob movies. That's why he is the way he is. He thinks he's a gangster, period. Raph,
Never be
all
able
day.
to draw again, or never be able to have sex again.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Take that.
come on, man. I got to get it, man. But okay, the present version of me is going to say,
Some of you who are in
sex.
this live have been here. We call this henna house. I live here with my roommate, Nati by nature. She is a henna artist.
Look at all that art.
Yeah. So this is Tana Torrent. Okay, this
Ooh,
is
oh
Jessica
my
Swimming. Yeah,
god, oh
Jessica
my
Swimming. Yeah.
gosh, that shit is crazy.
Yeah. Guess how old she is?
22.
Yes.
Wow,
How'd
are
you
you
do that?
serious? Look at that technique. It's like it looks printed.
There she is.
That
Yeah.
is incredible.
She did this in my house in like 3 days.
Quip, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why you had to do it to him like that? That is crazy. Wow. This is fire. That's beautiful. Let's
Yeah,
go.
to the vinyl.
Oh no.
Oh no, yeah.
Wow, bruh. This is crazy.
Never be able to draw again, or never be able to have
You just get to
sex.
look at this shit every day. Just
I
surrounded
know.
by it. Wow.
Yeah.
This was
So
awesome.
yeah, thank you. You're awesome, and you are a gift, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. So are you. I appreciate what you're doing. Well, I know you're talking to me, but I think it's awesome what you've been doing because you've been doing this long before, you started your alliance. You've been supporting artists, managing artists, putting artists out there. You give a lot of your time to your community. I've seen it for myself, so
Thanks.
also commend you for what you're doing. It's awesome.
Ron.
Love to y'all. Love y'all. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I closed my eyes, picture for a second. Wasn't long ago that I was second guessing. Had a choice how to work for better things. Hustle hustled hard, ended up with a degree. Now I open my eyes and I see all these blessings. My trees multiply with every learned lesson. But I gotta be careful, devil keep testing. Oh, I gotta be careful, you know I'm relentless. Yeah, yeah, no longer tripping, no longer bugging. Yeah, yeah, no second guess. See, recognize your blessings. Yeah. Lately, I'm not feeling crazy. Don't forget what's past, the mask is what's revealing. Remember those yet are the scars that need some healing. Do not resist, I promise this. Growth is deceiving. No, 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 no. Whoa, growth is what you're feeling. Growth is pain disguised as healing. Growth is what you're feeling. No, 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 no. Outro.
Very nice. The way.
Thank you.